Hello, everyone. My name is Maria Ochoa, and I'm presenting my version of the Collaborative Change Patterns presentation. Looking over the table of contents will help the viewers understand the direction this presentation will flow. We will begin with introducing the process for the assignment, looking into the affinity diagram, mind map, and instructional visuals for the design elements and methods, which then to go into discussing the application and reflections for conclusion. To introduce whole system transformation is to understand the two powerful premises it sets its foundation on, which is high involvement and systematic approach to improvement. Throughout the presentation, I will help the viewers understand the 8 design elements and 11 collaborative change methods I was able to research. Through my unique discovery, the viewer will uncover a fresh new perspective on the material. The goal is to help foster organic growth and gain a better understanding of the principles for facilitating events. The world is continuously changing, so becoming a better practitioner will only help navigate the environment as it changes. For this assignment, Dr. Steve Cady signed the 8 design elements and 10 collaborative change methods, in addition to one of our choosing. While the methods were assigned to us, I think there's a unique balance between the 10 methods that were chosen. Together, they create that stable balance to provide more insight for complex situations. For my additional method, I chose the cycle of resolution, as it is the most relatable to my current professional career. Steve Jobs once said, "Great things in business are never done by one person. They're done by a team of people." And I personally think this is important to navigate groups of people. People can be messy, so becoming a better master of resolution will only further my growth, not only into my personal life, but my professional life as well. In the beginning of this assignment, I had no clue what to expect. I felt as if I was never going to have enough time to complete the reading and information gathering phase. It was a lot to take in. Trying to gather my thoughts, keep my notes organized, I thought keeping everything combined was helpful. I read all of the chapters in the CCL and made small notes as I read through them. After time, I looked at my notes and noticed some patterns emerging that overlapped to multiple methods and elements. Using the popular sticky note method was entirely too chaotic for me. I took small pieces of paper and some markers and got to work. Doing this work was peaceful once all of the information came together. For the technology incorporation, I struggled there the most. Trying to use online applications to my affinity diagram and mind map was extremely challenging, but came together in the end. I'm still curious about the real-life application of some of the methods, but hope to see them implemented throughout the rest of the master's program. As previously stated, as I was going through the material, patterns naturally emerged for me. I think taking one method at a time was helpful to go through my supply chain method. For reference, to me, the supply chain method is taking a cow from the farm to the grocery store, but uncovering all the steps for the before, in between, and after to ensure that the cow makes it to the fresh meat section of the grocery store. For this, I started from the beginning and see how far I could take one word or phrase to connect it to the next item, which is something I found useful for the mind map and affinity diagram. It was challenging taking in all the information at first, but as time went on, it got better. In the future, I would try to reduce the amounts of information taken in at one time and try to dissect in smaller portions. It is important to note that the mind map and affinity diagram are similar but have distinct differences for overall purpose. The affinity diagram takes ideas and separates the ideas into groups and helps patterns emerge naturally. I consider this a simple form of outlining. On the flip side, the mind map is another graphic tool developed by Tony Buzman in 1960 to enable pattern recognition by harnessing the brain's full range of the cortical skills. In simple terms, it helps foster a specific kind of learning by helping unlock the potential of the brain and enhance performance. This activity is done at a higher level and is a more in-depth version of an outline, but most commonly related to the tree diagram as it uses branches for ideas. In the future, I don't believe I would change or modify anything with the elements. I think having the simple structure helped understand what patterns could be unlocked. For my mind map, I tried to uncover different patterns in my affinity diagram. The supply chain method was also utilized here, taking one word and seeing how far it can go and branch off into trees. For my instructive visual, I chose to highlight the cycle of resolution. How to come to an agreement with others or solve a problem is something we're all familiar with in all areas and levels of our lives. It may be something as simple as children fighting over a toy or colleagues fighting over who should run a project at work. Become a master of problem solving will be a priceless tool to have. To start with the cycle, I condensed the 7 steps down to 4. I have 4 quads in which there are key terms for engaging the specific phase of the cycle. To walk you through the cycle, you must accept there's a problem, the attitude of resolution in the right-hand corner. In this phase, you have to consider the long-term standing, the sustainability, and the learning opportunity for everyone involved. Moving down into the bottom right-hand corner, this will be the preliminary vision stage. In this phase, the participants must come to terms for agreeing with others, finding common ground, and being inclusive. Moving over to the bottom left-hand corner, going into the third quad, the participants enter the joint vision phase in which effectiveness, concerns, times, and values are all highlighted. Here, the foundation of agreement is built, which then leads into the resolution phase. In this phase, you are now in the top left-hand corner, and here the participants create their real-time action plan of how to commit to having an effective resolution, thus completing the cycle of resolution and creating more impactful collaboration. Each individual has a unique style of learning. Learning how to take the methods and design elements is something I'm eager to incorporate into my professional career. In my current job, the cycle of resolution is most critical, as too many opinions and feelings get included into every decision. Another useful method is the open space. I think this will help smaller discussion to create an effective overall goal or outcome. I also believe the mind map and affinity diagram are useful tools for any kind of project. It engages the mind to create practical tools for the work environment. I've been fortunate enough to learn behind some of the best and most influential practitioners who have paved the way. Overall, this provided lots of clarity on the design elements and collaborative change methods. It helped me understand there are so many ways to facilitate collaborative change, and the possibilities are endless. I started out hoping to complete this project on time while learning a thing or two, but instead, on day one, I lost count of how many tools and insights I've added to my toolkit. In the beginning, you could see that I was bogged down and tired of the reading and tired of trying to navigate my way through this. As the journey continued, I began to get some clarity. Most impactful was the residency weekend, trying to incorporate the four change methods into a real-time experience. And at the end of this, I was excited because I could see the real-time implementation of these methods. I'm different now because it helped my organization skills and having lots of moving pieces move together simultaneously, but also helped learn how to manage people better. Thank you for listening to the duration of my presentation.